afternoon, folks. How are you doing? This is George for Vula Unlock. We had a little bit of a technical hitch. But we're back online and ready to fire away and talk to you. Okay, so I've got something for you today, and it's titled, It's an Infallible Truth. Infallible Truth. Okay, so here goes. Here's the story. So way back, uh, my mom had a formula which she resorted to get us, well, to get me specifically to do some work, and occasionally go under the shower and take a bath. I was an only boy in the family. And so the girls would happily go away and bath all the time and do all sorts of things. But I ducked and dived and didn't do the work as as required. And so she had a formula. You know the story. Young boys and showers, they don't quite mix, right? All right. So during school days, it was easy for her because I had to bath in the morning, off to school, and after a day of class and sports, you got back home, and it was not difficult to convince us to, hey, get into the shower, hey, go do some work outside. It was easier because it was school time. There'll be some protest still, but not much, eh? Not much. The problem was the school holidays. That's where she had to rely on an infallible truth, an infallible truth. You see, we lived in the townships, right? And come school holidays, it was every kid's dream to get away for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, get away and go elsewhere, wherever that was. It really didn't matter where you were going, but you just needed to get away from home. So there were two places that she exported us to, that she would send us. One was my grandfather's home. He was a chief. I'll have you know. He was a chief. But the problem was that there weren't other young boys to play with, okay? So he would tell me lovely grown-up stories, and there was plenty of fruits, and so it was great. Now, he would give me wise advice, what it meant to be a man, honoring others, being there for family, the importance of honesty, dignity. And as a chief, he would obviously preside over hearings, etc. So there was much wisdom. But if you're a 10-year-old boy, that stuff isn't the most exciting stuff. You want to be running around and getting yourself really dirty, okay? So the other favorite holiday destination was my auntie's place. That's my mom's elder sister. And they was lovely because there were other cousins to play with. And so that was the place you wanted to go because it was all play. So in order for her to get me to do some work during the school holidays, she would want me to water the gardens. She would want me to chop firewood and get me to bath without protest. She would drop hints about the likelihood of my successful cousin passing through and just possibly driving off with us to auntie's home for the holiday. Of course, if you were not in Mom's good book, then Brother Morgan, that's my cousin's name, would not take you to Aunt's place. So you knew you had to behave, and it was important. you know. So you wouldn't go if you weren't doing work. And so the infallible truth that she was demonstrating to us was, show a man what he wants, and he will move heaven and earth to get it. That's the infallible truth. Eh? So I would water the garden. I would chop firewood. Yeah, I would take a shower without even, and I would be looking clean, all ready for the possibility of taking off to my favorite, to what was my Disneyland. Right, that was the place I would go. And so sure enough, most times he would pass through, pick us up, and we would go, and I would have a great holiday, because that was that. But Morgan now lives in the States and has been there some time. But what brought this story to mind was, yesterday I was discussing with my nephew, who is been asked to run as CEO of an organization. He's based out there overseas. And we're discussing about the principles that he's got to look out for, and the things that he must do. The things that my grandfather used to tell me about: the honesty, the dignity, honoring your word, etc. And this particular one, that is, find out what your client wants, and then help them find the best way to get it. Let me say that again. Find out what the client wants and help them get the best, find the best way for them to get it. And that's a really very important thing, because once you know what they want and help them to get it, then really price, etc., are non-issues. And so we were discussing about the things that need to be looked at, and from his standpoint, what he has to do. But this is an important principle, not just for business, right? Not just for business. In your own personal life, find out what your client, and when we say client in your personal life, now we're talking your wife, your husband, your children. Those are your, in quotes, your clients. What do they want? And how can you help them get it? Because when you do that, sure enough, you will have their support, and you will be the man for them, or the woman for them. So it's a great lesson that we get taught by the experts who walked this road before and particularly used themselves. But it's an important lesson to know that, what does my client want? What does my partner want? What do my children want? Find that out, and then help them get it. And they will move heaven and earth, really, to get it. Okay. All right. That was my talk for today. And my name again is George. Stay positive, guys. Stay positive. We're back as a Vula page now. And we promise that we will have fireworks for you. We'll be back tomorrow with another topic for you to help you get better. If you like this page, like it, share it with friends, and click on the link below, and let us have your comments. I would love to work with you. All right, this is George. Take good care of yourselves now, and hey, be good. Bye-bye.